And we have another Time Lord with us in the room. I'm so excited for this. The 15th Doctor is in the house. Chuti Gatwa, where are you? Yes! Plus, we have the romantic time travellers from the global phenomenon that is Outlander who are here. Katrina, Sam and friends, thank you so much for being here. It's great to have your support. Thank you so much. There you are. Do you know what? I'm not sure this whole time travel business is that complicated though, because let's face it, I mean, they turn the clock back every day on GB News. Now, amidst today's economic gloom, there is some good news I want to share with you, if that's okay. An independent annual report commissioned by Screen Scotland found the sector contributed nearly £600 million to the Scottish economy and provided over 10,000 full-time jobs. That is good news. The BBC celebrated, yes indeed, the BBC celebrated its 100th birthday. BBC Scotland soap River City toasted its 20th anniversary. Here we go. STV Studios is back behind bars as a second series of Screw for Channel 4 returned to Glasgow's brand new studio, Kelvin Hall. Thank you. Ashley Jensen, Tony Curran and Martin Compston were out and about in Glasgow and Ayrshire, not just on the Raz. They were actually filming the TV adaptation of Andrew O'Hagan's Mayflies. Shetland's Jimmy Perez heroically hung up his famous pea coat, but with promise of the much-loved series returning. The fabulous Fife-based, come on the Fifers, Karen Perry, landed to huge applause, and a new incarnation of Rebus was announced, which all goes to show that we all love a murder. Now, BBC Alba invited viewers to skill and gill or share the love with a hugely diverse offering of personal stories, music shows, award-winning children's content, and a sporting lineup that really championed women's sport. Channel 4 more than doubled their team in Glasgow since last we met, and they supported 20 production trainees and placements at Scottish Indies. Glasgow was transformed into 1970s London for Sky's upcoming drama Borderland, and filming in Edinburgh and Orkney got underway on feature The Outrun with the wonderful Saoirse Ronan in the lead. Thank you. Glasgow and Edinburgh film festivals were back in person, presenting heartwarming Scottish stories like the hybrid documentary My Old School and the phenomenal After Sun, which is in cinemas now. Please go and see it. Charlotte has done an amazing job with this film. However, before we get on with the awards, I couldn't be here today without mentioning the recent closure of the Filmhouse Cinema in Edinburgh and the film festival. It has been the seedbed of inspiration and experience for hundreds of people who now work in the Scottish film industry, not to mention representing Scotland on a global stage. It's also hugely valued by local cinema goers for the richness and the breadth of programming that it offered. It is a stark reminder of difficult times that we're living in, but as a community, we've got to come together to support and protect cherished institutions like that. There is hope. It can be saved. Please can I urge you to search Save Filmhouse Cinema to find out how you can support the campaign. They have a deadline. The deadline is the 7th of December. Please get involved in any way you can. However little that is, it will go a long way, so please. Right then, to get us back on track in the swing for tonight's celebration, shall we take a wee look at some of the talent recognised tonight?
What's going on here, Kenny?
I think Trevor and I have been keeping our powder very dry.
It's so dry.
So, I mean, really.
And every cell in my body just craves it. I want it.
What do you expect?
He seemed particularly happy. You're not obliged to say anything, but anything you do say will be noted.
It's going to be awkward.
But yet here we all are, all of us.
It's really starting to hit me. Without you, our whole world crumbles into dust. I just want him to be prepared.
Thank you, sir.
Extraordinary. I wonder what they'll do with them all. Will he use them as bricks?
You come out of there and you find that your old life has run for the hills.
Wow!
You should have trusted me.
I take my orders from the Chief of Staff and the Prime Minister.
Yes, that's genuinely astonishing.
The name's Bellini, by the way. Gavin Bellini.
Mr. Tucker, isn't it nice to see you again?
Are you fucking me about? I am the Doctor.
You Mr. McCullough?
Are you Master Copperfield?
She's like royalty, that one, I tell you.
Pain in the arse.
Okay, fuckity bye.
Oh, so good. Oh, I love a montage. Love it. Now, before we start, let's a quick chat about timekeeping. For those returning, you'll be familiar with my red card, yellow card procedure. For the new kids in town, just want to give you a little quick update. We really encourage you to keep your acceptance speeches nice and tight. Yeah? So yellow card is a warning. Red card, you're off the stage, I'm afraid, okay? Just as well, there's no VAR on option, okay? Now, buckle up, let's get down to business, shall we? Or by the time we have finished tonight, we might have a new Prime Minister or two. Tonight's first award honours this year's outstanding achievement in entertainment. To present, please welcome a BAFTA Scotland winner who's up for yet another award tonight. It's Mark Bonnar.
Hello! Oh! God, you're gorgeous. This is nice, isn't it, to be back here? I'll make this brief because, you know, towards the end of these, you'll want your dinner. So, the nominees in entertainment cover all bases, from a music special to an addictive quiz via, that's right, via a brilliant children's animation that's voiced by some particularly talented actors. Shall we take a wee look at the nominations?
Entertainment. Biffy Clyro, A Celebration of Endings.
I told Amy's dad I had a toothache, so I didn't have to eat tuna sandwiches, which was the perfect excuse. Until the cake came out.
The Brilliant World of Tom Gates.
Cake is delicious.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it? How's your toothache, Tom?
Much better. Maybe I could eat on the other side of my mouth. You'd better not, Tom.
You need to listen to your dentist, Tom. It's important.
Oh.
Richard Osman's House of Games.
Des, we haven't had a win from you yet, but you've shown a lot of form. You fancy it today?
I fancy it today, yeah. I think Trevor and I have been keeping our powder very dry.
It's so dry.
So, I mean, really,
I mean, insanely dry.
It's like dust.
Saharan.
Yes,
dryness.
but now is the time for that winning moisture
Yes, it was lovely.
Start to produce.
And the first winner of the evening is Biffy Clyro, a celebration of endings.
Thank you. We nearly got a yellow card before we got on stage there. Thank you so much. Our singer and visionary Simon can't be with us tonight. He's feeling a little bit unwell, and I know he's really disappointed because he put so much work into this. And we're really proud of it, really proud to make it come together during lockdown, which is really tough. I know you guys know how hard it was to film during lockdown. Really, really tough. And we owe a great debt to our friends at Forest Black and Oscar and Beth and for all their hard work. So thank you so much.
Wow. This is very special. And as Jim was saying there, we did this in the heart of lockdown in the Barrowlands, which is a special venue for the boys. And for me, it was the first venue I ever went to my first ever gig in. And I think these times where, as with many people, the live music industry and venues have gone through a really difficult time and still are struggling, I think it's really important that we try and support our venues and artists out there. I need to do some massive thank yous. First of all, to the Forest of Black team, my amazing producer Beth Allen, Michael Sherrington, Kieran Lyons, to my editor Blair Young, my DOP Jamie Quantrell, Rich Larkham, our lighting designer, Paul Craig, Neil, all the live team. Honestly, thank you so much. This means so much, and I'm going to get off before I get a red card.
So close.
Thank you so much, guys.
Close.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
I'm going to go off this way, guys. Thanks, Dad. How you doing? Thanks, Mark. Ooh, so close. So close. I'm just going to keep those cards closer to me for future speeches. I'm just saying, well done to Biffy Clyro, as I like to call them, Jesus and the Gingers. Thank you so much. Right, tonight's next award is for News and Current Affairs. Presenting it, we are joined by two in-demand TV stars. They appear together in the crime drama McDonald and Dodds, and one of them, I've got to say, I think absolutely stole the show for me in the brilliant electrical life of Louis Wayne. It's Maya Coates and Sharon Rooney.
Hello. Hello. Now, the need for a television programme which asks awkward questions and delivers answers without fear has never been more acute.
The nominees remind us all what proper investigative journalism looks like. Let's take a look.
News and current affairs.
A town near Paisley.
So we've been tipped off about a place
Dirty business, disclosure.
that has apparently been used as a massive landfill site, illegal landfill site. But it's got a heavy security kind of perimeter, so the only way I've been able to get to it is through just up over the fields.
Would it surprise you to know that James Watt is a shareholder in Heineken?
The truth about Brewdog, disclosure.
Yes, that's genuinely astonishing. I did not know that, no.
To the tune of, at least £500,000 worth of shares is part of James Watt's private portfolio.
Oh.
The truth about Nike and Adidas, dispatches.
But in my short stay on the Maldives, it's clear the problem is complex. When you think of the Maldives, you think of sun, sea, and endless beaches. And you're not wrong.
But there's something those Adidas videos don't show you. This.
This artificial island is entirely created from rubbish.
And the BAFTA Scotland Award goes to...
The truth about Nike and Adidas pistachios.
Thanks to Channel 4 for commissioning this. Thanks to Darcy Thomas, the reporter, Sean, who shot lots of it, Fiona Kemp, the producer, but above all to Firecrest and Nicole Kleeman, who doesn't have to invest in current affairs and journalism, but she does it because she loves it, because it's important and because it's fun. Thank you.
Now to this year's Audience Award, in partnership with Screen Scotland. Here throughout the evening to tell us more about all the nominees is a woman who recently roared to victory on Richard Osman's House of Games and Celebrity Mastermind, thanks to her knowledge of all things Kylie Minogue. Especially for you, it's Jean Johansson.
You look gorgeous, doesn't she? Beautiful.
Thank you. We're actually in matching Spanx underneath, but you can't see that.
Shush, don't tell anyone.
What was your favourite prize you won on House of Games?
Oh, I got a fabulous penny with Richard's face on it, so that takes pride of place in my kitchen, but like the biggest achievement of my career, obviously. Yeah.
Apart from tonight.
Yes.
Come on.
Wow, I mean, I don't know about you, Edith, but even after all these years, I've pinched myself being in the room with all the amazing Scottish talent. It just makes me dead proud to be Scottish. I love it. Yeah.
And after being nominated last year,
yeah,
all our nominees in the room tonight, how are they going to be feeling?
They'll be feeling quite nervous. What I like about this category is the diversity, you know, to have TV presenters like us and these amazing actors, I think is a really nice mix. So it's a really, really good category. I have no idea who's going to win this one.
Tell us about the first two nominees then.
Right, okay, right, where's my auto?
What about the award?
Right, okay, so the idea of the Audience Award is that the most important people in the visual industries, that's the audience, have the chance to name their favourite Scot on screen in the past year. We've also invited a special champion to say a few words about each nominee. As I said, the scope of this award is really wide, and that's reflected in the first two names on the shortlist. Now, number one is Yong Chin Breslin, who made her mark as the winner of Glow Up, the competition to find Britain's next makeup artist. Applause here, please. And then a living legend of Scottish acting who's already won a whole host of awards, playing the head of a family that makes the Borgias look like the Bruns in Succession. I don't even have to say his name. It is, of course, Brian Cox. Take a look? Yeah.
Audience Award in partnership with Screen Scotland.
On the show, Yong Chin really excelled. I mean, that girl can draw a straight line, and I just loved what she did with her own personal liner. I mean, let's face it, I love a liner. She came across as determined. She had the will to win. She was hungry. And I think to succeed in this industry, you have to be hungry. You have to take a risk. Young Chin, I guess, is my favourite makeup artist, Scottish makeup artist of season 4, because she just has it in spades.
I think it just shows if you just sort of like keep going, keep putting in your all into every single thing that you can do, you can make it all the way. I was so happy. I was so happy that I won it.
Young Chin Breslin, Glow Up.
What can I say? He is a wonderful man to work with. He can do more with one flick of his eyes than some people can do with 5 pages of dialogue. And with 5 pages of dialogue, he makes the okay stuff good, and he makes the good stuff sing so beautifully. It's been the highlight of my career working on Succession with him, and I'm therefore very pleased to champion him. He can be almost as scary as Logan Roy to go up against, but his true nature is soulful, truthful, generous and collaborative. I'd just like to say, here's to you, Brian.
You come from home with love. You bust him here, guns in hand, and now you find they've turned to fucking sausages. You talk about love?
Brian Cox, Succession.
You should have trusted me.
Amazing. Anybody else looking behind Jessie to those pictures to try and work out any clues about the next season of Succession, or was that just me? Jane will be back with our next collection of nominees later. Time now to recognise this year's Best Single Documentary. It's a category whose recent winners have covered everything from Scotland's football heritage to the legacy of slavery. To tell us whose names will be added to a distinguished list of winners, please welcome 2 exciting rising stars. One is making her mark everywhere, from Shetland to 19th century New York in The Alienist, while the other has put his wellies on for the enormously successful new version of All Creatures Great and Small. Let's welcome Julia Brown and Nicholas Ralph.
Hello. This year's nominees tell stories about passion, perseverance, and remarkable people.
A young woman facing major challenges with courage, an ageing, spirited survivor, and some hardcore party people. I think there's 1 or 2 in the audience tonight, you know.
I think I spotted a couple at the drinks reception.
Champagne daft. Let's take a look at these extraordinary films.
Single documentary. Being Mum with MND.
You can't even see the spot on my forehead. Yes, Dave. Who needs makeup?
The Hermit of Treeg.
I think if you love the land, it sort of loves you back. It loves you back in all the things it produces for you.
The effects of this new party drug or something else. Enhanced sensory well-being.
Scotland the Rave.
Increased extraversion. Increased empathy towards others. Enhanced sensory perception. And that is only part of it. Take an eckie, and this is what else you can look forward to.
The BAFTA Scotland Award goes to The Hermit of Treeg.
Wow. Wow, I'm glad we came first because I'm losing my voice. Thank you all so much. We're just amazed and so grateful. Obviously, just want to say we couldn't have done it without everyone who supported us, with Mark Thomas at Screen Scotland, and Danny Carla, and Louise Thornton at Beauty Scotland, the Wickers Awards, and BFI Doc Society Fund, and of course our amazing director, Lizzie McKenzie, and of course our amazing contributor, Ken Smith, who led us into his world for so many years, and I'll let Lizzie talk about that, but also, I mean, a documentary is our whole team, our editors, Karen Gosney and Ling Lee, and our composers, Nisha and Cami, and our whole sound team and everyone, and of course our incredible executive producers, Robbie Fraser and Amy Hardy. So yeah, thank you everybody, and so excited.
Have we got time? Have we got time?
Yeah.
Great husky voice.
Yeah, thank you.
I want to thank all of those people, and mostly Ken Smith, the Hermit of Traig, who let me into his life, and it's such a privilege to know him. And it's mad to think that he's just sitting here in his cabin, sitting in his cabin right now, like oblivious to all of this madness. And also really want to thank like the land and the birds and the bees and all that, because that's really who the film was made for.
Thank you. That's the one. Robbie, you want to say anything?
Come on then, this way. Congratulations. Thank you. That way, stand that side, didn't you? Maybe a slightly quicker to stage. Just a suggestion for anyone else, a slightly quicker on the stage would be great. Huge congratulations. We've reached the award for Specialist Factual, a category which has the potential to take us into the worlds of history, religion, science, amongst others. To salute this year's nominees and reveal the winner, please welcome a favourite dirty girl who's escaped from the set of prison drama Screw. It's the wonderful Jamie Lee O'Donnell.
Hi everyone, what's the crack? Well, this is wild nerve-wracking, you know. Right. Compelling legal battles, major breakthroughs, and enduring painful mysteries have inspired the contenders. Let's take a look.
Specialist Factual.
At stake, not just $500 million, but a crucial question. Who owns history?
The battle for the Black Swan. Drain the oceans.
What for you is the difference between treasure hunting and marine archaeology?
Well, there's the thing. How long have we got?
Dolly, the sheep that changed the world.
Scientists in Scotland have produced the first ever clone of an adult animal.
We had the UK government calling, we had the Pope's office calling, we had, the White House calling.
Suddenly this story had legs. In fact, I suppose it had 4 rather furry legs.
The hunt for Bible John.
If we had an identity for this guy, if it's one guy, we could then parcel it up and put it away. It's the same with Jack the Ripper. Or certain American serial killings, they live long in the public memory for a reason, and that's because they feel that they're part of the fabric of the social and economic reality of that time.
And the BAFTA Scotland Award goes to The Hunt for Bible John.
Yeah, thanks so much, BAFTA Scotland. Thanks to the BBC. For the past 5 years, the four of us have been lucky enough to work together on some amazing projects, privileged access to all kinds of places, and I mainly want to thank these three, Audrey, Paul and Ian, who have kind of supported me through all of that. I'd like to thank Firecrest, everyone behind the scenes who I also meant to say, to echo what Edith was saying earlier, I'd like to thank the Filmhouse Cinema in Edinburgh, where I worked for 3 years, all through college. And there's literally no way I'd be standing here without that place. So it's such a disaster that it's gone that way. But hope is there. And if any of you got any rich friends that want to donate a few $100 grand, that would be amazing. Yeah, and thanks to BBC Scotland. Thanks.
Nice one. Thank you, guys. Yeah, if you'll watch this off this week, darling. Now, you don't need me to tell you that Scotland is a bit of a superpower in the global games industry. It's worth 350 million to the Scottish economy, but more importantly, it encourages a vibrant community of emerging talent. Of some of the world's best-selling games originate here in Scotland. It's amazing. To tell us about this year's shortlist, here's two gentlemen from Kilmarnock who I imagine have played their fair share of games on the tour bus. It's James and Ben from Biffy Clyro.
Hello. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
How was the tour quickly? You just finished a massive tour.
We did. It was spectacular to get back to doing what we know and what we love. And thanks for coming out and watching us. And, yeah.
You got a favourite game on the tour?
FIFA, because I win. Yes.
Over to you, James.
Okay. So these games are not just fantastically imaginative. They are a demonstration of what games can achieve across a huge range of subject matter.
They take us from medieval Aberdeen to an exploration of modern mental health and into the world of an immortal fictional character. Let's take a look.
Game. Hercule Poirot, the first cases.
As Major Felix Egan was found dead in his study by a young servant of the house, it then became my responsibility and obligation as a detective to uncover the truth behind his demise.
The Longest Walk.
I knew I was stressed. I didn't know I was depressed. And I think it just got worse after that point. There was no stopping it.
Strange Sickness.
And the winner is Hercule Poirot, the first cases.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks very much. A few people to thank. First of all, Agatha Christie Limited for letting us do something completely different with such a well-known and established character who has a lot of super fans who care a lot about him and how his moustache looks. Also, big thanks to Microids, our publisher, to all the guys over there for their support and allowing us to make this game.
And, you know, most importantly, thank you to the team who worked on it. This was a really challenging project to make during pandemic. That kind of hit right in the middle of it, and we couldn't have made it without the commitment of everyone that worked on it. I won't name everyone because there's too many of them, but genuinely the lifeblood of what we do and our company, and it means so much to us to be here, receive this. Thank you very much.
You got up that way. You did it. See? Congratulations. Now it's time for the award for Best Factual Series to present a BBC radio DJ and broadcaster. It's the wonderful Ariel Free.
Hello, everyone. Everyone looks amazing tonight. I know Mark said it earlier, but you are bloody gorgeous. Okay, this is for Factual Series. From exploring the pain of Scotland's addictions, the bravery of our rescue services, and a personal pilgrimage across our remotest islands, these journeys resonated with audiences. So let's take a look at the nominees.
Factual Series. Darren McGarvey's Addictions.
At 16 years old, my first drug experience felt like the most natural thing in the world. Grieving the sudden loss of my mother and having sleeping problems, my granny gave me 2 little white tablets. That night, I slept like a baby, but by the end of the week, I was dipping my granny's medicine cabinet and then going to school.
Ewan, are you falling asleep?
I'm passing out.
Right, you need to stay with me.
Rescue Extreme Medics.
Take deep breaths, you're okay. We're coming to get you. Helicopter's on the way. You're still with me, Ewan? Ewan? Ewan?
Scotland's Sacred Islands with Ben Fogle.
Wow! Oh, look at this. I don't believe it. That is where I'm staying tonight. Oh my goodness. I am just blown away. Look at this.
And the winner goes to Darren McGarvey's Addictions.
Thank you. It's a bit of a strange one tonight because it was a threesome between Darren McGarvey on one side and Ben Fogle on the other, and me in the middle. But Darren's come good. We set out to make a series about compassion with people with addictions, which is a big deal in Scotland, perhaps our biggest affliction. And it was incredibly hard, but we did it. Darren is not here tonight. He rang me about 2 hours ago. He passed on a message. He's an addict. He's gone to an AA meeting tonight. He said to me, I can't sit in a drug den for 5 hours before having food. I'm being tempted by alcohol the whole time. And I think we should take our hats off to Darren. So he said he doesn't need an £800 tuxedo to celebrate tonight, but I'll get on the phone and I'll say that all of you love him. He's a real talent, and he's someone we should really get behind. And just lastly, London, come on. Let's get Darren on the stage. I know I'm going to get my yellow card, but Jack Cocker has done an extraordinary job with this series. Andrew Blackwell developed it, Katie and Emma produced it. So thank you to all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. You want to take them off that? Congratulations, guys.
Thank you. Nice velvet.
Thanks very much. Cheers. See you later. Thank you. Everybody all right? Yeah? Come on, we're doing good. We're doing good. Next award is for features, the kind of television that's as warm and welcoming as is entertaining. Everybody all right? Something happen? Somebody fall over? We're okay? Good. As I said, enlightening as entertaining. All the words are not enough in this room to describe our next fabulous presenter. It has been, shh, pipe down people, a little bit of respect and quiet. Thank you so much. Thank you. It has been truly joyful and so exciting to watch his star shine. Please welcome the 15th Doctor and yet another Scot, Ncuti Gatwa!
Wow! What a beautiful reception! Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wow, thank you. It is always such an honour coming back to BAFTA Scotland, the best night of the year, the best BAFTA to be going. So thank you very much for having me. I'm very nervous, so I'll just get to the scripted bit. 3 uplifting series featuring animals and children, idyllic getaways, and 2 hilarious travel companions. Let's remind ourselves just how lovely they all are.
Features. A country life for half the price with Kate Humble.
Tell me what has been the most fun thing about living here?
There's a lot of room to run around and play on my bike.
Yeah. Out of 10?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10? Is it 10 out of 10? Is it?
Extraordinary escapes with Sandy Toksvig.
We were talking recently about how houses speak to you, and when you go in, you know it's your house, it's meant. Well, I'm sorry, but this is meant for me.
Yeah, I think they thought we were just staying the one night, but...
Oh, you might have a problem getting me out.
It's going to be awkward.
I might take this off whilst we drive into Ullapool.
All right, we'll disrobe together.
We'll do right. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Boom.
Miriam and Alan lost in Scotland.
Miriam Margulies strangled by midgie apparatus.
Just set off and I'll get rid of it as we go.
And the BAFTA Scotland Award goes to Miriam and Alan. Lost in Scotland.
Thank you so much, guys. I'm equally nervous. So I've written it. I wrote this email to myself earlier. I'm literally shaking. We had an amazing team. So thank you so much to BAFTA. Thank you so much to the other nominees. We kind of know a lot of you guys, and we thought it was very hard making TV last year, as we all know in the room, and I think we all did a pretty good job. So thanks to Deborah. I don't know where the Channel 4 team are. I've got to say thank you to them. They really did help us. They supported us through the production from inception to delivery, and obviously a massive thanks to everybody that helped make this series. And I'm going to really all annoy you now by reading out their names. I know you really want to know who did it. So it's basically Amber, Carlo, Stephen, John. Come on, give me a cheer. Malky, Karen, Mari, Jane, Simon K, Simon, Chloe, Tony, Finley, Louise, Gordon, and the team at Sirius. And special thanks to Justina, Dan, and Ulla, and everyone at Blinch HQ. Mia and Alan couldn't be here tonight, but they sent their apologies and they sent a little message. They say, thanks to BAFTA Scotland and everyone involved in making the show. It was a joy in every way, and this is a cherry on our Empire biscuit. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
You pick these guys up there. Thank you. Brilliant. Congratulations. Happy. Right, our next category takes us to the starting point of any great drama, the script. To present, it's wonderful to welcome back the previous winners of BAFTA Scotland's Actress Film and Actress Television, also stars of tonight's nominated feature film, Our Ladies. Please put your hands together for the brilliant Marley, Sue and Abigail Laurie.
Hiya. Okay, let's just say it. These writers have all been responsible for hit television series.
They take us from the enclosed world of a submarine through the intimacy of a family drama and right the way around the globe. Let's take a look.
Writer, film, television in partnership with Screen Scotland. Tom Edge, Vigil.
DCI Silver.
Commander Mark's apprentice. Right, get your suit off in there. Coxon belongs to you shortly.
Cloak's body was meant to be taken off.
Well, too late for that. Welcome to Vigil.
Neil Forsyth, Guilt.
That's an owl. I can see the owls. I'd struggle not to see the owls.
The owl, as you should really know, was the Roman symbol of justice. They'd have them caged in their courtrooms, which is a wee bit cruel, right enough. But...
Yeah, my issue with the owls is that they are so plentiful.
Now, Max, let's stay positive. Conan Doyle grew up in a one-bedder with no shoes on his feet and a dad in the Royal Asylum, and look what he got to.
Stephen Greenhorn.
Stop!
Around the World in 80 Days.
And then anything. If you're going to cut, make sure it is clean. You know, like an axe. Don't swat it like you do with a steak. You're not carving a roast.
Carving a roast?
What's he talking about? This man is English. He lives on boiled beef and brown Windsor soup. He never slices anything more difficult than toast. So, if he's going to do this, I just want him to be prepared.
And the BAFTA Scotland Award goes to Neil Forsyth Guild.
Thank you very much indeed. Second series of Guilt was shot in the very depths of COVID. So winning this for the writing of it is very much shared with everyone who worked on the show and helped elevate the scripts into what they became. I'd like to thank BBC Scotland, supported Guilt right from the start. You and Angus, Steve Carson, Louise Thornton, Gavin Smith and Gregor Sharp at the network. It's a big commitment making Guilt for BBC Scotland and we hugely appreciate it. I'd like to thank Neil Webster. He's been a huge part of the Guilt story for 6 years. Nerys Evans, who came on the series and was fantastic. Eric Coulter and his crew for keeping the show on the road through the very depths of that January to March COVID. That was our slot. Thanks to Patrick Harkins and his crew. Pat did a superb job directing and putting together the second series. I can't say enough about the cast of this series. Mark, Jamie, Phyllis, Sarah, Eamon, Greg, Stuart, and everybody else. It's an absolute privilege to see them bring my scripts to life. I'd like to thank Rhiannon for all the invaluable ways on and off script that she contributes to moments like this, and say hello to my parents who are watching this in Dundee if they've worked out YouTube, which isn't guaranteed. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
Nearly. Very good. Yeah,
Thank you very much.
love it. So good. Thanks, guys. Good luck later. Good luck later. Neil, this way. Come on. Come on. Clearly not paying attention. Clearly not paying attention. Everybody else has gone that way. Come on. Right then, our next category celebrates the talent to tell a story with economy. It's for short film and animation. To present two young stars whose enormous talent aside for just a second have, quite frankly, made me feel incredibly comfortable this year in the brilliant unsettling drama series, Channel 4's Somewhere Boy and Red Rose on BBC Three. Please make them feel hugely welcome. It's the brilliant Lewis Gribbin and Isis Hainsworth.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Hi.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi.
The nominated films present absorbing pictures of today, Scotland, with flair, ambition and conviction.
Yeah, and they do all of that in a combined length of less than an hour. So let's take a look at the nominees.
Short film and animation. The Bay View.
Yeah. Today, take this one, chop Gary, Ghana food. Today.
Oh, so
Yes.
Better.
Yeah.
Better.
See?
Better.
Very good. Thank you.
Number one.
Sometimes
Congratulations.
being a grump is very
Yeah.
good.
Wow.
Groom.
Looks like you've got a fan, Denise.
Too rough.
Listen to me.
And the winner is...
Too
rough!
Oh my superstar, congratulations. Huge congratulations. Oh, congratulations. Congratulations. Amazing. Well done. Go and speak, say some words. Who's going to say some words?
Thank you very much, BAFTA Scotland. We're honoured. I'd like to thank you. Thank first Sean, you're a belter. You're fantastic. Thank you for this amazing short film. We'd like to thank the funders, Shore Circuit, Screen Scotland, BFI Network. We'd like to thank poet Thomas Tosh McCrudden and Scotland and Glasgow. Every little thing we do it for you, Glasgow.
Yeah, just to add a huge heartfelt thanks to an incredible crew on the film who put sweat, blood and tears into this film, so thank you. And also to Simone and Anna who put together an incredible cast, so thanks very much.
Hello, thank you. Thank you, yeah, so much to the crew and the cast. Rory is here. Joshua, Kevin, Neshla, and Oliver, of course. And my mum's watching, I think, and my friends Claire and Kasim, hi. And yeah, this film is really about someone that feels like they're too rough or too damaged to be loved, and I just want to dedicate this to anyone that's ever felt like that, because no one, yeah. because no one is ever too rough to be loved. So thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks for this. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Up this way, please. Thank you. Beautiful speeches. Right, Director Factual is our next award, and to hail the nominees and reveal the winners, two of our busiest talents. He was in the fantastic Boiling Point and gave a beautiful performance in Karen Pirie, and she can be seen in tonight's nominated submarine thriller Vigil and BBC One's The Outlaws. Please welcome Gary Lamont and Lois Chmimba.
Pull us for that table in the front. This is nice, isn't it?
Lovely,
Have you been before?
I've never been before.
Good. Have you been nominated?
Yes, I have been nominated, but I didn't win. Have you been nominated?
Let's just move on. Let's just move on. Let's just move on.
The nominees for Director Factual have brought us exceptional stories, taking us from an epic musical career to an unsolved murder case by the way of an extraordinary story of activism.
All absorbing, informative works
Yes.
by 3 talented filmmakers. Let's take a look.
Let's.
Director, Factual. Jack Cocker, Run Rig, There Must Be a Place.
91 was a major breakthrough year for us. The Big Wheel album came out and it reached number 4 in the charts. And that was just massive, and we got our first single on Top of the Pops.
And now, Run Rig, one of Scotland's biggest bands with their biggest hit so far. If you don't understand what they're singing, it's Gaelic.
John McClaverty, The Mystery of Anthrax Island.
Oh, there we go. It really is, it's releasing death.
What were these scientists up to on the island, do you think?
I couldn't very well tell you what they were up to.
We were told not to talk about this at all. Anthrax must never be mentioned.
Matt Pinder, The Hunt for Bible John.
When you get someone out of the blue murdering, possibly for pleasure, if you like, it's very difficult when you get something like that.
We have the body of a woman here.
I won't lie, this does feel really, really lovely.
It's not yours.
It's not mine. And the BAFTA Scotland Award goes to Matt Pinder, The Hunt for Bible John.
Thanks so much again, BAFTA. Not just for this award, but for sort of giving us something to aspire to. You know, I've wanted one of these since I can remember. So, yeah, it's just a real honour and a privilege to get to work on these programmes and then to get nights like this and yeah, come away with something. Thanks to Firecrest again. Thanks to everyone that worked on the film. Some brilliant, amazing people contributed and worked on this film. Thanks to BBC Scotland, BBC Two. Yeah, save the film house as well.
Okay, it's time for part 2 of the BAFTA Scotland Audience Awards, and back to fill in the blanks, it's Jean Johansson.
Oh, it's all going off backstage, Eda. Huh? Yeah, good back there. I've had a couple of glasses of Tattinger.
Oh,
It's gone down well, yeah.
Can you get through the next 2 contenders?
I think I can. Right, so next up in contention for your favourite Scot on screen are stars of shows which are made in the UK and have won big audiences all over the world. In a moment, we'll see Sam Heughan as Jamie Fraser in The Extraordinary Outlander. But first up, a nod to my fellow African Scot, Ncuti Gatwa, who, before he picked up his sonic screwdriver and the keys to the TARDIS, made his mark in Sex Education, for which he's also nominated in Actor in TV. Let's take a look.
Audience Award in partnership with Screen Scotland.
Let me tell you a few facts about Ncuti Gatwa. You can't be in a room with him without smiling. He is the most infectiously positive person I've ever met. And I noticed this on day one when I caught myself an entire room of people staring at him with a stupid grin on our faces. Secondly, you will hear him before you see him, whether he is laughing, singing Cardi B, or just talking to someone. I've never met anyone who simultaneously has so much control and also no control at all over the volume of their voice. Lastly, he makes every day on set memorable. He is the most fun person to work with, and he brings something new to every scene, and he makes me a better actor for it. So I cannot thank you enough for being brilliant. Love you, Ncuti.
Ncuti Gatwa, Sex Education.
There's nothing gluten-free.
How long have you been diabetic?
I'm not diabetic.
You can't eat sugar.
Gluten, Adam, not glucose.
Does anyone else like the smell of their own farts?
Hello. Well, this is me, Graham McTavish, and I'm here to talk about Sam Heughan. Why should Sam Heughan win this award? Now, I know that this probably looks like some kind of hostage video, which is preposterous, but I wish I was there to support Sam, because I know that he is the right guy to win this award. Sadly, the restraining order prevents me being there, but I just wanted to add my voice to the many voices shouting the wonderful virtues of Sam. He is kind, he is loving, he is generous, he is handsome, he is ginger. All of these things and more. I wish I could go into more detail, but time and the legal restraints prevent me from doing so. But I really, really do hope that Sam wins. I wish I could be there in person, wearing a resplendent outfit similar to the one that you're wearing, Sam. Instead, you've got me in a fusty old jumper. But you know I'm rooting for you, buddy. Take care. It's time for me to go and have my medication. Can I go now?
Simply feels like me. She wouldn't have been born.
Sam Heughan, Outlander.
Her selfishness has given him a wife, a son. If we hadn't gone to France, found Fergus, he wouldn't have Marsley. So although there is pain, your selfishness has brought so much to so many. Without you, our whole world crumbles into dust.
Jean will be back later for the third and final part of the Audience Award. Right now, we are going to reveal the winner of this year's Best Feature Film. And ready to, with the envelope, 2 stars from Outlander, whose roles span the centuries. Please put your hands together and welcome Sophie Skelton and David Berry.
Iconic. Well, is everyone having fun? Good. Well, we're about to get a little bit serious because there are 3 immensely powerful female stories in this category. There is a searing documentary following women's fight against domestic abuse in Turkey, a life-affirming comedy drama about Catholic schoolgirls,
And a recollection of the collision between punk and lesbianism in the 1980s. Let's take a look.
Feature film. Dying to Divorce.
Artık o yok hayatımda. Kurtuldum. Kendi hayatıma bakacağım. Hani kendim için daha değişik. Hatta diyorum ya saçlarımı bile boyattırmayı düşündüm. Artık değişmek istiyorum. Yani önüme bakacağım, ilerime bakacağım. Eskiye dönmek istemiyorum.
Our Ladies.
Give me just a taste, so I want more. Now my hands are bleeding and my knees are raw. And I've never met a girl like you before.
Rebel Dykes.
It was horrifying because I had so recently been at school, and then Clause 28 was coming to really stop even teachers being able to respond to a child who might be in real danger. Even if you've got nice parents, it's hard to come out. So a teacher is the next port of call, and they weren't allowed to even listen or even respond in any positive way. It was just, we knew that it was dangerous.
And the BAFTA award goes to...
Dying to Divorce.
Wow, thank you so much, BAFTA Scotland. This film was made over 5 years, pretty much entirely fueled by determination and not much else. So I really want to thank Sinead Cowan, the brilliant producer of the film. The Turkish producers, Özge Sebzeci and Seda Gökçe, our brilliant editors, and Paul Dosage and Andrea Quadrado, the composer, Andy Cowton, brilliant executive producers, Natasha Dack from Tiger Lily Films, and Christina Asquith, and really want to give an extra special thank you to Screen Scotland, who really backed this film. They're one of the first people to really back the film and make it possible, so thank you. And finally, we really want to dedicate this award to the women in the film, Ipek, Arzu, Kubra and Hatice. It was their courage and unbelievable resilience that inspired us to make this film, and their fight to end domestic abuse and femicide continues. Thank you, everybody.
At this point, just a year on from COP26 here in Glasgow, it's worth mentioning that the ceremony is an Albert Sustainable production, which recognises the huge effort made by the production team to minimise the event's carbon footprint. I've been doing my bit during the show. It's pretty evident to you all that I've just recycled loads of last year's script. The frocks borrowed, as are the jewels, knickers and shoes are my own. As David Attenborough says, saving our planet is now a communications challenge. So let's continue the pledge made by broadcasters last year to engage and inform audiences on the climate changes we all face by placing the planet in the picture. Thank you. Time now, though, to celebrate the best performance by an actor in a film. Yeah. To present, I am giddy to welcome a multiple BAFTA Scotland Award winner, one of our very, very, very best talents, fresh from many things, including a brilliant performance in Inside Man. It is the fabulous Kate Dickie.
Oh, it's so nice to be here tonight. Yeah. And in person, and you know, I was saying earlier, it was so fun to get ready, but I'm not used to getting ready from the bottom half. Normally used to reaching for the jammy bottoms and only worrying for a Zoom call, you know. So I was like, oh my God, I have to dress the whole body. But anyway, it's really fun. So it's also a real privilege to help recognise outstanding work on cinema screen from these fine actors for this year. So here they are at work.
Actor, film. Mark Bonner, Operation Mincemeat.
So, this tin can of yours, what's in it?
Oh, optical equipment.
Bollocks. You know how high my clearance goes.
It's a dead body. We're going to play a humiliating trick on Hitler.
Peter Capaldi,
What do you expect?
Benediction.
You ended our relationship with a letter from your doctor. How was I supposed to feel?
I'm still clearly very hurt, I see. I had hoped that you might have been a little more forgiving.
If I had treated you the way in which you treated me, how forgiving would you be?
Jack Lowden, Benediction.
I would be very grateful if you would take that offensive tone out of your voice. Voices raised in anger only perpetuates war.
And passive resistance only invites defeat.
I simply cannot remain silent in the face of such casualties. Someone should be brought to book.
Okay. And the BAFTA Scotland Award goes to Jack Lowden for Benediction.
Thanks very much. Thank you. Thank you to BAFTA Scotland. Thank you to Mark and Peter. You're both actors that I have admired for years. And, well, one of you is getting honoured later on tonight, so... Mark, I'll get you another Malibu and Coke later. It was a real honour to play Siegfried Sassoon. Most importantly, because of his connections to Scotland. He actually said goodbye to Wilfred Owen, one of the men that he loved, for the last time on Prison Street in Edinburgh, which is my, I guess, my sort of segue to something that's been mentioned already tonight about the Edinburgh Film House. In October, the Film House was closed, and with that, 80-odd people lost their jobs directly. The Film House, for those that don't know, you should know, it is the equivalent of the GFT through here in Glasgow. And so I'm going to use this opportunity to say something controversial in these parts. Edinburgh needs your help. And that's for two very quick reasons. Two reasons. The first one being the 80-odd people lost their job, and that's 80 folk in our family. So we're either in this together or we're not. That's people who are projectionists, box office workers, events organisers, ushers, even chefs, I'm told. So we're all part of the same ecosystem. And the second reason... The second reason is that it's not only a good cause. We in this room, we have no cause without these cinemas. We have no cause. The stories that we choose to tell and the issues that we choose to give voice to, they remain untold and unheard without independent cinemas. Without cinemas, we are just a bunch of fancy idiots making beautifully shot, wonderfully scored, perfectly acted, apparently, pieces of work that we just chuck out into the ether. And without these cinemas, we're basically just pissing in the wind. So please, there's links everywhere, as Edith said. Please give some money as you're in this room tonight. And honestly, if I catch anybody Instagramming a picture with somebody for Outlander without, first of all, going to donate onto one of them links, please remember that both Logan Roy and Malcolm Tucker are in the same room tonight. But please tell everybody about it. Please give what you can. Please give a stupid amount that you'll regret in the morning, because, let's face it, half of you in here are going to do something you regret tonight anyway. So it may as well be a good cause. Anyway, thank you so much.
There's no way I was cutting that speech short. Also, I still think he should be the next James Bond. Anyone else? Right, now let's honour the finest achievements by an actress in film. Here to present, please welcome an actor who really needs no introduction, but I am not going to miss the chance to say that with all the awards that have come his way and all the work that lies in front of him, he still makes time to support BAFTA Scotland tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, it's... calm down a moment, it's going to be all right. It's the King of Waste Royco and the Lord of Scotland acting talent, Brian Cox, everybody.
Says up there, it's great to be here. Well, of course it's bloody great to be here. It's my home. The gift of understatement. Anyway. I haven't got to open it yet. These three memorable performances deserve all the recognition and respect they can get. As an aspiring young chef, a convent schoolgirl, a talent for singing, and a kind but austere mother. Let's take a look.
Actress, film. Izuka Hoyle, Boiling Point.
This is completely different, what I understand.
I know.
You work so quickly, you speak so quickly.
The Scouse.
I can't understand your accent.
No, I know.
You know, me, I'm French, but it's very different.
Aye, well, look, if you're having trouble with anything, just ask one of us, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah, just open your mouth, yeah?
I mean,
ask Carly. Carly will help you out, or if I'm about, I'll help you out, yeah?
Okay.
How are you?
Marley Sue, Our Ladies.
Once I ran to you, now I run from you. This ain't the love you're giving. I gave you all a girl can't give you. Take, not give, and that's not nearly all. Tainted love, tainted love. Don't touch me, please. I cannot stand the way you tease.
And what did he feel when he died?
Tilda Swinton, The Souvenir Part 2.
I was very concerned for you. No, not what I felt. What did you feel when you got that phone call? Maybe I felt through you.
And the BAFTA Scotland Award goes to Azuka Hoyle Boiling Point.
Legend. Oh my God. Whew. Oh my God. Okay, right. So, I mean, I would not be here without Philip Barantini, who wrote and directed Boiling Point. It's also his true life story. And I was lucky enough to work with him years before we did Boiling Point, and he was kind enough to bring me on. So I just want to thank him for his bravery in telling his story, and also his bravery in letting us tell it in such a fearless way. BAFTA Scotland, this means more. To be recognised by BAFTA is mental, but to be recognised by Scottish BAFTA, I can't even put into words how much that means to me. I am so proud to be Scottish, and I'm so proud to be a Scottish brown woman as well. And to be able to represent this small demographic within film, I love my job so much, so please keep employing me. My agent, David Lazenby, Papa L, is with me tonight. He's been with me since I graduated. He's my best friend, and I love him. Thank you for putting up with my incompetence. I love you. I also just want to take a second to thank my friends. I am someone that has many platonic relationships in my life and friends, and I would not be where I am without my best friends. My little sister is one of my best friends, and she is sat here tonight. We've just shared a bed for 9 months because of my incompetence, and it's been a joy and an honor, Kim, so thank you, babe. I also want to thank my gran, who is here. My wee granny, my Capricorn sister, you are my best friend. You've been like a second mother to me. Granny, honestly, to have you here tonight, being sat beside each other, playing for Elise on the piano, we're not doing too bad, honey! And my mum made it very clear to me before tonight. She called me and told me that she thought she'd done enough just by carrying me in the womb for 9 months to get a mention tonight. So Mum, there you go. I'm kidding. Mum and Dad, the sacrifices you made to let me be an actor is just insane, and I hope that I can give back to you. And finally, last but not least, I want to thank my dog, Sasha II. And all the dogs that came before him, and actually all of your dogs, because where would we be without dogs? Thank you so, so much. You can both go up that way. Thank you, Brian. Thank you. Yeah. I'm going to give a personal shout out to my dog, River. Hey, River, I hope you're watching, mate. Please take your seats. Please, go on. There we go. No rush. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Right, time check, folks. We're about 2/3 of the way through. If this was Doctor Who, we'd be about that point where Peter Capaldi turned into Jodie Whittaker, so we're on good form. Next is the award for Actress Television, one in which recent years has honoured major names like Laura Fraser, Elaine C. Smith, Kelly MacDonald, and Glenda Jackson. To find out who will be joining that distinguished company, please welcome two of our brightest screen talents. An actor from hit shows such as Brassic and The Great, who's filming in Glasgow right now, and one of last year's actor film nominees for the awesome Limbo. Shh. Thank you. Now you can put your hands together and make as much noise as you like for Anthony Welsh and Vikash Bai.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Anthony, you've been nominated for one of these before, haven't you?
I haven't been nominated, no.
Oh, that's a bit awkward, isn't it?
You have?
I have, yeah.
Yeah, great.
I can't think this bit's been done, though.
It has been done before, yeah. The women recognised in this category are all huge names and for a very good reason.
They are all absolutely sensational. From a time traveller to a daring detective to a ruthless mother, here they are in action.
Actress, television.
I don't belong here.
Katrina Balfe, Outlander.
Brianna, Roger, they don't belong here. And Jemmy shouldn't be here. But yet here we all are, all of us. Because I loved you more than the life that I had. And because I believed that you loved me in the same way.
Suran Jones,
Mark Prentice.
Vigil.
I'm arresting you for obstruction of police investigation, holding an officer against her will, and on suspicion of the murder of Craig Burke. You're not obliged to say anything, but anything you do say will be noted and may be given in evidence.
What in Christ's name are you talking about?
Sir, she clearly ignored your
I'm not
orders
here to debate. I'm arresting you.
Phyllis Logan, Guilt.
What kind of Scotsman rises in the morning and decides that his very best option is to spend the day cutting about town in a pair of red trousers?
Well, I'm happy you're happy.
It's all right to aim upwards, love. God knows I wish I had, but you don't have to settle for that.
Can you move in with me now, Mum?
No. Here I'm just a bit bearable. There I'd be pain in the arse.
The BAFTA Scotland Award goes to
Phyllis Logan.
Guilt.
Gosh. Honestly, I'm the last person I expected to see up here, really. I mean, so to Saran and Katrina, what a pleasure and privilege to be, in the same breath as you in this category. So I suppose I've got to thank people. God, I wish I'd written a script. Oh, you know what? Neil Forsyth, who's won already for Guilt, all the people that he thanked. So, and a few others who are mostly sitting at the table. So, yes, I'd like to thank Neil Forsyth, of course, but I'll come to him in a minute. Patrick Harkins, who our wonderful director, who I can't imagine anybody else who could have directed this particular piece. He was your only man for it, and he was brilliant. And the crew that he oversaw, brilliant. And also Eric Coulter, who was producer on last season, season 2, fantastic. Mark Bonner's sitting at the table as well. I've got to mention him. Him and Jamie Sivers, just wonderful as the brothers in the thing. Now, who else? That's about all. Oh, BAFTA Scotland. I can't believe you've given this to me. Happy Tramp and BBC Scotland and Scottish BAFTA. I've got a Scottish BAFTA. One more thing. My agent, he's sitting at my table. He's sitting right next to me at our table. Nick Gall, I would like to thank him for keeping me in employment. This old pensioner for keeping me in paid employment. Thank you.
Yes, do you fancy going off that way with... Thank you so much. Yes! See you in a bit. bum bags at the ready for a raisin. The next category celebrates the very best work by an actor in television, who will join the club with David Tennant, Douglas Henshaw, James McAvoy, amongst others, to reveal the winner. It's only TV's Karen Penny, Lauren Lyle, and our partner in crime, Chris Jenks.
Thank you.
Series 2?
I can't speak to you, Dee. We're not on speaking terms, me and you, so I
wore a
can't
bum
tell
bag
you.
and everything.
I'll get you a bum bag. I'm in with Patagonia. I'll get you a bum bag. Having played Karen recently, I'm delighted to be here making Karens cool again.
Yeah, and my name's Chris, and I'm here making hot guys heard again because no one listens to us anymore.
No one's saying that enough, Chris. Thank you. Thank you for saying that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you. Finally, someone has said that. Yeah. 3 exceptional performances by actors across television, comedy, and drama.
A bum-pot chief of police, an engaging best friend, and an emotionally intense detective. Let's take a look at their work.
Actor, television. Jack Doherty, Scott Squad Hogmanay Special.
Famous photograph of AOC and Sturgeon getting her iron brew. But look, that's who do you think went to the vending machine to get the iron brew? It was me. You know, with my own money, by the way, because Sturgeon, she doesn't carry money. She's like royalty, that one, I tell you. But there you go. Look what I got as well. I got the red collar. But for the photo shot, you know, let's have the iron brew. As it turns out, actually, AOC prefers the red collar.
It's funny, I feel happy for them, but also a bit sad. Because I know I'll never have this for myself.
Shuti Gatwa,
Do you know what I mean?
Sex Education.
I thought we weren't supposed to talk about that here.
There are lots of people like us here. We just have to speak quietly.
Dougray Scott, Crime.
All I want is oblivion. Every cell in my body just craves it. I want it. I want to drink this fucking city dry. I want to snort the entire rainforest of South fucking America. And I just want to tear this fucking place apart. And I don't know how to stop. And I just...
Okay.
The Scottish BAFTA Award
goes to Dougray Scott.
Jesus Christ, I really didn't think I was going to win, and so I haven't really prepared anything. Thank you, BAFTA Scotland, for this award. It was a long journey to get Crime to the screen. You know, I sat with Irvin Welsh about 12 years ago, and I said that I really wanted to, you know, do Crime and bring it to the screen. So thanks to Irvin, who's probably one of the most extraordinary writers that Scotland has ever produced, and Britain. You know, I'm very close to Irvin, and so this is for him as well. Tony Wood, who's my partner in crime, Buccaneer. See, I can do comedy as well. We set up Buccaneer Scotland together, and to bring Scottish voice to the screen. And so, without Tony, I wouldn't have got this made. He's an extraordinary producer, and he's become a very good friend, so thank you to him. To James Strong and David Blair, the directors on Crime, incredible directors who did an amazing job. Polly Hill, Kevin Ligo at ITV for commissioning in the first place. Have I got the yellow card yet? I'm okay. To an amazing cast, Screen Scotland as well, for supporting us all the way through. and to Scotland as well for providing us with this incredible backdrop to tell this incredible story. Actually, a little bit nervous, but thank you so much. I really appreciate this. It means the world to me to get this award tonight, so thank you very much.
Do great! Do great! He's gone! He's gone! Do great! Keeping the bum bag on for the rest of the night. Right, we're on the home straight. The next award is for Director Fiction, to present an actor who made his name in the likes of United 93 and The Brilliant Kite Runner, and has taken a quick break from playing Dodi Fayed in the current series of The Crown to join us here tonight. Please put your hands together for the wonderful Khalid Abdallah.
If I can, just to say in gratitude to BAFTA Scotland, after 20 years almost of working in this industry, tonight is the first time that I have felt in any way claimed by a UK institution in this country as one of their own. And so, it is a great delight to be here in the city of my birth, presenting the award for Best Director in Fiction. Given the breadth and quality of scripted work that is seen these days, to make it onto this list of nominees is a true achievement. Let's take a look at what caught the eyes of the judging panels.
Director, Fiction.
I've got your boy in custody. What? He claims he killed Alex Galbraith and he used an old pistol belonging to you.
Max Myers, Shetland.
Well, he's lying. How do you know? Is that because he's taking the blame for you? No, because I don't own a pistol.
Isabel Sieb, Vigil. James Strong, Vigil.
November Sierra, commencing highlight transfer.
And the winner is James Strong for Vigil.
I'm not James Strong. Few people know that, few won't. But James, unfortunately, well, unfortunately for us, but fortunately for him, he's finally got his feature film away, his first feature film away in Latvia, and he's filming that this weekend. Otherwise, I know he would have loved to have been here. But I'm going to say what a brilliant director he was, and you know, held together a really difficult shoot. We shut down for 4 months during the pandemic and had to resume again, and he did a brilliant job. And, you know, this is for him and his fantastic work. Thank you.
Okay, it is time to complete the shortlist for the BAFTA Scotland Audience Award. And back to fill in the last two vacancies, it's Jean Johansson.
This is getting exciting.
Nearly there.
The final names in contention for this year's Audience Award are both heroes of mine for different reasons. One is Richard Rankin, who cuts a fine time-travelling dash in the international phenomenon that is Outlander. And first up, someone who's blazed this trail in sports broadcasting for all those who continue to follow her, and who reminded us of her brilliant professionalism once again when covering the Tokyo Olympics. It is, of course, an absolute legend, Hazel Irvine. Shall we take a look?
Audience Award in partnership with Screen Scotland.
They say never meet your heroes, but that couldn't be further from the truth for me. That first day I watched her in the grandstand hot seat, flawlessly, knowledgeably and confidently bringing us all the sports news of the day. Hazel Irvine inspired me and shaped the career path that I would follow. And it was Hazel because she is, quite simply, the best. Football, netball, golf, snooker, Commonwealth Games, every Olympics since 1988, it doesn't matter. There is always the same passion, care, attention, knowledge and warmth. You sit on your sofa, but Hazel makes you feel like you're part of something special. It's very rare for a broadcaster to be loved and respected unanimously, but Hazel is, and it was so evident during the Tokyo Olympics, where Twitter lit up with admiration for her from all walks of life. Despite an ever-changing industry, Hazel continues to shine brightest. Class is permanent. And so she continues to inspire. She helped make so much possible for women in broadcasting, and for me personally, has taught me and given me so much in my career. Hazel, all these years later, you are still, hands down, my favourite Scot on screen. Thank you for everything.
Hazel Irvine, Tokyo Olympics 2020.
OK, now it's been the last day of weightlifting in Tokyo today, and the story centres on the defending Olympic champion, Lasha Talahadze. He's from Georgia. He's won the last 4 world titles too, and the pre-event talk was about whether he'd break his own world record of a combined total of 485 kilos. Now that's the equivalent of lifting about 2 medium-sized Shetland ponies, or just the 1 grand piano in old money.
I feel very fortunate that I am currently working with 2 of tonight's Audience Award nominees, both of whom are 2 of my favourite people and 2 of my favourite Scottish actors. So first of all, I just want to say good luck to both of you. But I hear that one of you is covered, so I am here to talk about the diamond that is Richard Rankin. And Richard and I have been working together now for the best part of 7, 8 years, which is terrifying. But not a day goes by that Richard doesn't come to work totally prepared, totally invested, totally passionate about Scotland and his job. And actually, even when we first started the job, Richard was touring Inverness, really trying to absorb all of the history and the culture and just anything and everything that his character, Roger, would know, and really trying to finesse the intricacies of the Inverness accent that Roger would have at that time. And even to this day, I see Richard beating himself up on set if he doesn't quite nail it every time, and then he makes sure he does. So he's very, very deserving of this award. He brings so much laughter to set, even if he's the only one laughing. But love you, Richard. You're a joy on and off the screen to work with, and rooting for you. Good luck tonight, and I'll see you at work soon.
But now that you're here, I mean, you're obviously a patriot, right?
Well, of course. If America doesn't become America, who knows what that world will look like?
Richard Rankin, Outlander.
World War I, World War II, how might they play out? It's really starting to hit me. The clock is ticking.
The time has come, my friend.
The BAFTA Scotland Audience Award goes to Sam Hewen.
Wow, thank you, and we're almost there. Thank you. I suggest you go for a pish now, or we're going to eat very soon. Listen, I want to say thank you so much to everyone who's been nominated tonight. What an amazing celebration of Scottish film and TV. Honestly, there's so much talent here, so congratulations to all the nominees, all the winners. This might be the first yellow card of the evening, maybe even a red.
Just going to grab it, just
Yeah,
in
you get that
case.
ready.
And the red, just in case.
Listen, I wanna accept this on behalf of everyone on Outlander. Seriously, not just the cast, the shooting crew, the costume, tables 43, 33, production, the security, the caterers, the drivers, the extras, everyone that works literally day in, day out to make this the most amazing show that we can. If you didn't know, Outlander is this wee show that started in 2013 in a tiny little abandoned electrics factory in Cumbernauld. We now call it Cumber-Nollywood. Yes, what's it called? And we now have 5 sound stages. We have vast workshops. We've got a huge costume department. But we've now made 7 seasons. That's 8 years of Outlander. Over 91 episodes in total when we finish this season. 91 episodes of Outlander. That has employed, in Scotland, come on, a big round of applause, 2,800 Scottish crew. Yes. 650 cast, 5,000 extras. Not all of them Scottish. We have built 300 sets from Pitlochry down to my hometown, or near my hometown in Dumfries, in 145 locations. We've also invested in a trainee scheme, and we now have 150 trainees that have gone out and are now working in film and TV in Scotland and everywhere else. Thank you. But it's not just this great wee country that we're celebrating, because Outlander actually also reaches the rest of the world. We're seen in 48 territories. In the US alone, over 10 million people watch the show on Stars. You can see it in Japan, Brazil, South Korea, maybe even Qatar if they're watching. I don't know, there's something else going on there right now. But Outlander-related sites have generated, in 2019, 3.2 million visitors. During COVID 2020, there were 1.9 million visitors. So Outlander has done this, not only for film and TV in Scotland, but for Scotland and for tourism. I'm really proud of it. And I really want to thank you. And I want to thank the fans for this, for appreciating us and respecting us. Thank you, guys. Have a great night.
Great food. Well done.
Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you. Brilliant, amazing, fantastic. Congratulations, everybody from Outlander here tonight, amazing. It's a cliche that we are living in a golden age of television drama, but it's a cliche because it's true. And a truth which our next category will confirm, because it is for television scripted. To present the award, please welcome an actor from the incredible Channel 4 drama It's a Sin, and an actress soon to be seen in Stephen Knight's new take on Great Expectations. It is the exceptionally talented David Carlisle and Hayley Squires.
Hello. Before we start, could we just say a big thank you to BAFTA Scotland for inviting us to present this award together.
Dave and I went to drama school together, and we've been friends for 15 years, and this is the first time we have shared a stage professionally.
And after 15 years of honing our craft, it's all fallen apart because we can barely speak, being 15 foot away from Brian Cox. We love you.
Me too. The nominees reflect an outstanding year for television drama made in Scotland or by Scottish producers.
All three are network drama series which made their mark at the heart of the schedule. And here's a reminder of just how good they were.
Television scripted.
Need a piece.
Guilt.
Of what I had, of who I was, just a piece. And I can get myself back from there.
No matter who you are, Max. You come out of there and you find that your old life has run for the hills.
Screw.
It were me who killed Officer Phillips.
That's not something you joke about, son.
No.
You wouldn't. Why?
I hate screws.
Vigil.
Hey, with all due respect, Captain, it isn't my job to persuade you. In my view, this boat is a crime scene. You need to return to port so that we can start a proper inquiry. I always promised your cooperation.
I take my orders from the Chief of Staff and the Prime Minister.
And the BAFTA Scotland Award goes to...
Guilt.
Thank you. I'm still thinking about going the wrong way off the stage earlier, to be honest. Can't get it in my head. Absolute howler. Come on over here.
Yeah, it's lovely.
This is absolutely fantastic. Absolutely overjoyed. I'll try not to be too repetitious from earlier. Thanks again to BBC Scotland. I mean, I think that to make 3 series of Guilt, it's very hard for BBC Scotland to pull that together, and they really, really work hard to make it happen. The minute the second series finished, they wanted to start talking about a third. I mean, they were delighted when I said it was the last, right enough, but even then, they've supported us so much, and to get this particular series over the line was absolutely fantastic. Again, Neil Webster, 6 or 7 years we've been working on Guilt, Neris Evans again with the series. I'd like to thank Karen Morton at Happy Tramp, Philippa Catt at Expectation, and Eric Coulter again. It was a series that could have gone off the rails so easily, and Eric did absolutely brilliantly to keep it on track. I'd like to ask Mark and Pat to say a few words, because I've got not much left to say. Finally, this is getting a bit awkward for a Dundonian, but I would like to thank my wife again. Thank you very much, and a big hello to my little boy George. Thank you.
All I would like to say is, yes, thank you to BAFTA Scotland and BBC Scotland, but also thank you to Jamie Sivis, who is the most, my brother from another mother. He's a beautiful, beautiful soul, and I love him, and I wish he was here tonight, but this is for him.
And I'd just like to thank a fantastic cast and crew and Neil for the amazing scripts that he's written. So thank you very much, BAFTA. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Thank you.
This way, guys. That way, Neil. Here we go. Right then, now it is time for the big one. Tonight's final award, celebrating an outstanding contribution to film and television. Now, unfortunately, Armando Iannucci, who was due to be here to present this award, has had a family emergency, but everything's okay now. But the good news, and lucky for us, a very good friend of the recipient is here and has very kindly agreed to deliver his words. Please welcome BAFTA Scotland winner, Phyllis Logan.
This has turned out to be a surreal evening, the most surreal of my life, I have to say. Well, you know, I have to start off by saying I'm a great admirer of Armando Iannucci, and I was just thrilled to be his sub for the night, and I'm glad everything's fine. But it's kind of serendipitous because Peter and I go back a very long way. We first met through Elaine, his wife. We were great pals then, and we became great pals and had such fun back in the day. It was so much fun, it was almost illegal. So one particular incident I remember was Elaine and I being propelled down a street in a supermarket trolley, being driven by Peter and my husband Kevin, with us all belting out, "Saddle up and ride your pony." All all good, clean fun, children. Anyway, enough of that. Now to the real event. So the next things you're going to hear are the words of the immense Armando Iannucci. See, I can't even say his name now. But anyway, I'm speaking his words. So, here we go. Thank you very much. I'm extremely delighted to present the 2022 BAFTA Scotland Award for Outstanding Contribution to Film and Television. And this year, it goes to an outstanding talent. He not only played Leonardo da Vinci, but he is a true Renaissance man himself. Actor, director, artist, singer, top-class swearer, funny runner, and Time Lord, Peter Capaldi. I haven't finished yet. Now, Armando says, I want to say a few words about Peter. It's easier to assume that we Italian Scots all know each other, and it's easy because it's true. We all lived in the same street. But I didn't know Peter then because while I would spend my Sunday afternoons out in the street playing football with Lou Macari and Daniela Nardini, Peter would be in his room practicing swearing at cabinet ministers. For Peter wanted to be a great actor. And so, with that single-minded focus we all know him for, he went to art school. But he left the Glasgow School of Art with his farewell piece, an elaborate sculpture made from flammable material and fuses timed to go off 40 years later. Because he still wanted to be a great actor, so he joined a band. Music was a great success for his second cousin. But soon the great Bill Forsyth came calling and cast him as Danny Oldson in Local Hero. Peter did not look back, winning plaudits for acting and directing, including an Oscar for his short film Franz Kafka's It's a Wonderful Life. Now, the first time I met Peter properly was in 2003 when he came to audition for The Thick of It. And I had him down as the genial and charming presence he first showed us in Local Hero. But no, I can honestly say I've never met a nastier piece of work. He was grumpy, sarcastic, and potentially violent. I felt I was being bullied into giving him the part of Malcolm Tucker until I realized Peter was acting. And he was really good. And that Local Hero thing was good acting too. Of all the good actors I've ever worked with, Peter is the goodest. I remember on the first day of the pilot for The Thick of It, Malcolm is shouted at by a minister. And at that point, Peter, as Malcolm, paused to give the minister a stare so potent, so glowing with malice, that looking in the monitor, I instantly knew I would win a BAFTA. Actually, to be serious, what I admire about Peter and why he's won so many awards is that intense focus on whatever he does. If Peter wasn't in a scene, he'd be in a little glass office near the set, saying Malcolm's elaborate, sweary speeches again and again until he could say them at full force without hesitation. And now, thanks to Peter, that saying, supercalifragilistic effing dabby dildo, it is a vocal warm-up exercise for junior drama groups across Scotland. But what makes Peter so great is his ability to bring a humanity and vulnerability to each of his characters. I always thought Malcolm was the devil, but Peter made him fragile and deliciously watchable. It's in everything he does, from Skins to Cybermen, from Psychopaths to Strictly Sinatra, from the darkness to the light. Peter will always deliver work that is careful, intelligent, and has great heart. Peter also has superb comic timing, is a fan of slapstick, and can run in a funny way. So it was always a challenge for writers to think of as many ways they could make Peter funny run on screen. I cast him in The Personal History of David Copperfield as man who runs away from the bailiffs. And when it was announced in 2013 that Peter was going to become the next person who runs to and from space monsters, I was delirious. With this larger profile, I know Peter, without any fuss, has used his position to help those in need, whether it's fundraising or giving a quiet message of support. As an old fan himself, he knows how much the fans want to connect, and he goes out of his way to make the connection. And privately, I've seen him offer wise words and encouragement to actors young and not so young on set if ever they start to doubt themselves. Peter embodies the quality the Doctor highlighted in his last words before he regenerated: being kind. Just be kind. I mentioned the first day of filming on The Thick of It, and I'll end with the last. Because on that day, that last day, in the middle of a public inquiry, the scene called for Malcolm to be stuck in front of the cameras live, knowing he's been found for having possibly committed a crime. Peter has Malcolm pause as every emotion from fury, surprise, confusion, panic and vulnerability crosses his face and shows in his eyes. It's a mesmerizing moment, and looking in the monitors then, I knew what I'd always really known, that I was lucky to be working with one of the greats. Before we present the award, let's look at the life and work of some of the funniest runs of Peter Capaldi.
Award, that's right, that's what you're getting, the old Carriage Clock Award. Some would say too young for that, but then you have been giving us phenomenal performances, indelible performances for decades.
I'm the Doctor. I've lived for over 2,000 years, and not all of them were good. I've made many mistakes, and it's about time that I did something about that.
What do you think? Exciting, isn't it?
Hi, Peter. I think at the Scottish BAFTAs was one of the very first times we actually met. I was tremendously keen to talk to you about the thick of it, obviously because I was a huge fan, and you couldn't stop going on about that brand new Doctor Who Matt Smith. Funny how things worked out, isn't it?
Where are we?
Navcom's offline. We'll have to do this old school.
Wonderfully acerbic, daft, playful, and one of the kindest men you could ever meet.
You're very, realistic.
Tongues.
Shut up.
Congratulations, Peter. Absolutely brilliant. We were at art school together at the Glasgow School of Art. That's how long we've known each other, back in the early 1800s, I think that was. And of course, it would be nice to say that Peter's real talent wasn't particularly art. We had to wait to see what he really wanted to be, but unfortunately, he was the most talented illustrator in the department.
This is the Glasgow Girls exhibition.
Oh, Glasgow Girls.
Not the Glasgow Boys.
I've had it up to here with the Glasgow Boys.
Really? So do you think they're overrated?
Overrated, overblown.
Right.
Over the hill, and I'm over it.
He went on, of course, to have a little bash at trying to make a film, where he won an Oscar for that.
I'm my mum and dad. And the Academy, thanks a lot. Bye.
Mr. Kafka.
Could I have a word?
Of course, of course.
And then, of course, grew into the finest actor of his generation.
Last couple of road signs were in Gaelic. It's not one of my languages.
You speak languages?
French, Italian, Spanish, Greek, Turkish, Russian, Swedish, German, Japanese, Dutch and Polish.
You make me feel bad and happy and exasperated and think, I don't know where I am with myself anymore. You make me feel mental.
I'm not making you feel anything.
You're making me feel everything.
Not guilty.
We can do without the ritual humiliation. You know I'm against talking up the wall.
Is that why you said climb the mountain of conflict? Do you know what you sounded like? You sounded like a fucking Nazi Julie Andrews.
When we were shooting the film in the Loop, and every morning about 7:30, we'd hear Peter doing his vocal warm-ups, which consisted of him singing Frank Sinatra songs. And so while we were writing some early morning, last-minute filth, we'd hear Peter singing Fly Me to the Moon and I've Got You Under My Skin. I loved writing Malcolm Tucker for Peter. And the reason for that is because when Peter performs your dialogue, it feels like Frank Sinatra singing one of your songs.
In the words of the late, great Nat King fucking Cole, unforeseeable, that's what you are.
There's no one better than Peter.
Do excuse me. I've got work to do. Don't ever call me fucking English again. Come on, people, let's get going here. I've got a to-do list here that's longer than a fucking Leonard Cohen song. Stop right. The PM is not going to sack you after a week. Sacked after 12 months, looks like you fucked up. Sacked after a week, looks like he's fucked up. Don't you ever call me a bully. I'm so much worse than that. What's that film that you love?
What film?
The one about the fucking hairdresser, the space hairdresser and the cowboy. The guy's, he's got a tinfoil pal and a pedal bin. His father's a robot and he's fucking fucked his sister. Lego. They're all made of fucking Lego.
Star Wars.
That's the one, right? It's not that. And fucking kill all the bad guys. And you'll be able to blow up the big...
The
Death Star thing.
Yes.
Then you can go and live happily ever after on the planet of the teddy bears.
Very works, very works.
The last time I watched this program, and admittedly that was some time ago then one could feel the tingle. Hear the tick. Let me hear your tick, Miss Rowley.
My tick. Are you forgetting why we're here?
We're here to get your boyfriend back from the dead. So buck up and give me some attitude.
Peter, he went missing on set one day, and Peter being Peter, just got lost. And the next time I saw him, it was like just before a take, and he was under the hairdryer because he was soaking wet because he just found a button, so decided to press it, but it was actually a shower.
Don't believe I've had the pleasure.
Mr. Curry, this is Paddington.
He's a bear.
I can see that. You must be a long way from home.
I'm from darkest Peru.
Oh. Well, I'm not down there. Creditors make that road impossible.
2 tailors and a most unreasonable muffin man.
Get away! Where the fuck is he?
You didn't say.
Why'd you run like that?
Like what?
Like a penguin with his arse on fire.
He's a lovely, lovely actor and a beautiful face. I could watch that face forever. There's so much in it. Had he said no, I don't know who I would have asked. Thank God he said yes.
Why Catholicism, Father? Something permanent.
I wish you all the very best, and I think probably we're going to go for Nighthead next.
It has been a joy and a pleasure to know you all these years, to have worked with you on Doctor Who, and to be working with you again on The Devil's Hour. As I was once moved to say, thank God in Scotland for Peter Capaldi, I'm very glad to hear that Scotland is finally thanking you back.
But at what cost? At what cost? Great success does always come with great personal cost, and he in fact has had the same absolutely beautiful, talented, funny wife for 31 years, a gorgeous daughter, son-in-law, lovely grandchild, and literally hundreds of friends who love him unconditionally. You know, Peter, I think you should maybe have a wee think about turning that sorry life around.
It's my pleasure, my true pleasure, to my friend Peter Capaldi. I'm so honoured to give this prize to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Phyllis. That's a lovely surprise. And the pavilion wants its costume back for Aladdin. I don't know how to follow that. It's amazing. And Armando, I'm so sorry Armando can't be here tonight. I'm glad that he's confounding the racial stereotype of Scottish Italians. It puts me in my mind of my parents. I wish they could be here tonight, but they were short-staffed in the chip shop. But truly, they did. They taught me everything I know, the real Scottish virtues of hard work and sarcasm, which have got me through. Outstanding contribution to film and TV, I don't know. I think this is really an award for getting lucky, for being lucky enough to be born in Scotland, into a family of immigrants from Ireland and Italy, lucky enough to meet so many people along the way who changed my life. Bill Forsyth. 40 years ago, I was just up here, an art student, living off pakora and lager for breakfast. Bill Forsyth scooped me up and put me in Local Hero. It was an act of kindness and confidence that baffled me and much of the industry to this day. But I wouldn't be here without him, and nor would a lot of others. Armando, fabulous, fabulously gifted, wonderful, kind Armando. By the time I'd met him, I had had some ups and downs. I'd been dropped from the best series of Trollerman when I used to do the voiceover, and I was thrown overboard in favour of Ken Stott. And then I was down to doing the voice for Scotland's Top Dogs. So things were going okay, but not as well as I might have liked. So when I went to the audition for the thick of it, and Armando said to me, there's no dates, there's no stars, there's no actual script, and would you like to improvise something? I had that look on my face. That was basically telling him to fuck the fuck off. Which, as it turned out, was the right vibe to bring into the room. He gave me the job and it changed my life. Stephen Moffat, yes, I did meet him for the first time at the Scottish BAFTAs. He had a kind of lost look about him. I thought that might be just because he was from Paisley and it was quite a big do, you know. But actually he was looking for something. I didn't know whether it was for a place to stick his wee cocktail stick from his BAFTA chipolata, but no, he was looking for a new Doctor Who. And off we went, and he took me on the most magical journey, a journey that Shooty is about to embark on, and I suspect Shooty knows this already because I can see it in his heart and see it in him. But he's about to discover how beautiful and wonderful and cosmic the human race can really be. And also he'll be able to spot an anorak in his peripheral vision at 50 yards, and he'll have to figure out what to do. So thank you, Stephen, for that. There's so many people I'd like to thank, but I can't because A, we don't have time, and B, they're not really famous, so you don't care. It does make me reflect about all the help I've received from friends, colleagues, those who've encouraged me along the way, people who were kind, people who just gave me the time of day. And it's a timely reminder that we all have a duty to help those trying to start out, to extend a hand. But please don't send me your tapes. I'm so busy at the moment. It's been so amazing to work with so many heroes, Terence Davis, James Gunn, James Gandolfini. But it's all about people and the people you love and the people who are around you. Am I going on too long?
You can go as long as you want.
All right. No, I won't. I'll be over in a minute. I just wanted to say about actors. Actors are brilliant. And it's great when you get an award and it's all like this and everything's going really well. But for a lot of actors, it's not going well. And from day to day, from week to week, it can be really tough. And you can't get through the door and you can't get out the door sometimes. So I just want them to know that sometimes the stars align and you get lucky. And that's what happened to me. So, finally, I'm just about to go. My wonderful agent, Kate Morrison at B-Side, thank you, you're absolutely brilliant. All the team at the Devil's Hour, thank you so much for all that wonderful work. All the team on Criminal Record who had a riot last night. To my dear friends and loved ones, particularly my sister Stella, Sissy, Dan, the glorious infant phenomenon Finlay, my darling wife Elaine, it's your strength, kindness, wisdom and love that's enabled me to have this career. You've always been there through all the ups and downs, and that you chose to share your life with me is the greatest luck of all. So thank you very much. Thank you, BAFTA. And thank you all.
Not expecting to be crying at my last link of the night, but anyway, wasn't that amazing? Absolutely wonderful. We made it! We made it! Yeah! Congratulations to tonight's nominees, especially those going home with something for the mantelpiece. Thank you to everybody behind the scenes who's made this possible. Huge amount of work going on back there. I've been Edith Bowman. I'm pretty sure this has been BAFTA Scotland. It's a proper still pinch me moment that I get to do this, celebrating the very best in Scottish film, TV, games. Thank you so much to all our presenters, to our supporters, and to you at home as well for watching and voting. It's so great to be back in the room with you all. Please, please, can we do it again next year? Yeah? Have a great night, everybody. Thank you. Bye.